Yes, I'm here today to present Neonomics, to tell you a little bit about the product. The people behind Neonomics is a team of 25 dedicated people sitting all in Norway. We have a diverse team with 14 different nationalities in-house. We also have a couple of teams working as outsourced teams, helping us aggregate new banks. We have a vast variety of backgrounds in our company, some from the fintech industry, some from the banking industry, and a lot from the technology industry. We saw that PSD2 opened up for new opportunities. We started working with some of the APIs that were available from banks, mostly through the Open Banking Group here in the UK. But also, once the APIs became available throughout Europe, we started aggregating these APIs. And we realized that these APIs catered for new business opportunities. Very early on, we developed this purely from an API perspective, so no screen scraping or no reverse engineering. Last April, we did a proof of concept with all the banks on Iceland, performing AIS and PIS functionality, and once the RTS on PSD2 came out in November, we also built a SCA, or Strong Customer Authentication solution with consent management. What we believe is that by building a network of banks, connecting all of them into one unified API, that would cater for new network opportunities in the market, both allowing banks to innovate like fintechs and fintechs to scale like banks. So that's the vision we have for our platform. So I'll show you a quick video.
Compliance and innovation is crucial in today's financial landscape. Banks need to take advantage of market disruption and find ways to generate secondary revenue streams. Fintech companies have to connect to a large number of banks through its APIs to achieve critical mass and to seamlessly distribute their services. Individually maintaining API connections can be challenging. Interconnectivity Solution by BankBridge enables secure, seamless and instant interbank communication through one API, affordably and efficiently. Through our UAPI, banks get interconnected with an ever-growing network of other banks. Using this broad coverage, they can develop their own data-driven solutions or deploy new innovations to open up revenue sources. Fintechs get secure, instant access to millions of customers through one API, scaling their coverage fast. One bridge, thousands of opportunities. Contact us today.
So at the moment, we have around 500 banks connected through APIs. These are mainly situated in the Nordics, the UK, and also some of the main banks throughout Europe. We do expect many banks to have APIs available throughout next year, and we also see a global trend of open banking throughout the world. So both Japan, the Philippines, Australia, and many other nations are looking into open banking. So this is a global phenomenon, and our platform has been built API agnostic, so we're able to connect and exchange information through these APIs anywhere in the world. I will present here a use case that we've built on our platform, where we're using the AIS functionality to assess potential credit scoring. So what we saw was that the credit assessment was done through mostly old data, static data, and data that was not really that valuable for credit assessment. And we thought that the account information would provide a very valuable data source for assessing the credit risk on the client. So what we saw was that an API call to an account would provide the bank or the credit assessment company valuable information through the data that would be enabled from the account, such as the client spendings, How much do they have in the account by the end of the month? How much money do they receive in the account? What is their actual salary payout? So all these measures could then be included in the assessment of the credit score of the client. So this information would be combined with information from separate third-party sources, but this will then enable for a more precise credit scoring. Another use case that we've had is a partnership we have with Link Mobility. Link Mobility is a provider of SMS communication solutions throughout Europe. They're currently presented in, I believe, 16 countries in Europe today. They saw that by allowing utility providers to send out invoices through an SMS communication, the client would be able to accept the payment and actually do the payment through the SMS communication, thereby enabling direct account-to-account payment solutions. Now, we have also been working on direct account-to-account payments with other providers, but the Link Mobility case is just one of them. Basically, by connecting to our API, we can also enable anyone to practically become an online bank. So we can also help banks become compliant. Our solution is easy to integrate. We don't necessarily need to go into the core of the bank. When we aggregate banks into our platform, we spend an average of 5 man-days to connect one bank. We can connect to the core APIs of the bank, so we don't necessarily need a specified PSD2 API or an open banking API. But we also try to work with the banks to look into open banking opportunities. So fintechs can also connect to our API and build services that can be provided on our network. And in comparison to many of our competitors, we are not just focusing on one market, we are building this as a global solution, so it will cater for various markets. So if you have any interest or would like to know anything else, we have a stand outside, so please feel free to connect with us. Thank you.